Welcome. This is the sixth video regarding percentages, and we're going to cover the last page of notes. And this page, in this video, we're going to discuss the difference between change in percentage points and change in percent, and a common misuse of language regarding an increase by a percent that is more than 100%. So let's do this first example. We're going to discuss the change in the unemployment rate between 2014 and spring of 2019. This is the unemployment rate is measured in percent. So if you had a question regarding population, you say, how did the population change between these 2 years? It would be clear that you could answer the question in two different ways. You could say the total number of people that were there in the 2 different years, or you could say the percent change. The same thing is true here. It's just confusing because the measurement at hand is actually percents already. So we can talk about the change in unemployment rate as a measure of percent, how many percentage points, or we can talk about the percent change in the unemployment rate. Let's see that as an example. First thing we need to do is estimate the unemployment rate in the middle of 2014. So if we do that, that looks about halfway through. And over here, we're just slightly above 6%. See, that would be 5, 6, 7. This looks like about 6.1%. So we're going to estimate in the middle of 2014, the unemployment rate is 6.1%. If unemployment is at 6.1% in middle of 2014, then it changed by, and usually do the final value minus the initial value, 6.1%, and that'll be 2.3%. But this is percentage points. Oops, that's supposed to be negative. Percentage points. Right. If you decrease by just 2.3% and your value is 6.1, you wouldn't get very far. You wouldn't get all the way to 3.8. Note that. Oops. Note that 2.3 of the initial value, 6.1. Bring that calculator back. Oops. Oh, yeah, let's get rid of all this stuff. 2.3 divided by 6.1 is 0.3770, which equals 37.70%. So you can say accurately the unemployment rate dropped 2.3 percentage points, or the unemployment rate dropped 37.7%. And both are right. Both are right. So when the measure that somebody is talking about is already in percents, it's really important to know which one they're saying, because obviously these numbers are very different. 2.3 is a very different number than 37.7. Oh, you can't see that. So you need to know which one is being said, is the point of this example. It's a very common thing to hear about percentage points versus a percent change. So keep your ear open for that one. The next one we want to talk about is when the percent change is more than 100%. And this is a very common thing in language. I mean, in when you're reading the paper, people are saying facts all around. Let me say, this increased by 200%. People often think that it means double, but that is a misuse of language. And how do we know that? Let's recall an increase by something like 30% meant multiply by 1 plus 0.30 equals 1.30. See, like multiply by 1 plus the percent represented as a decimal. If we do that same thing with 200%, first note that 200% equals, and this is where you move the decimal place 2 over as of decimal. Then increasing by 200% means multiplying by 1 plus the percent as a decimal, which is 2, which equals 3. So 200% increase means 3 times the original. And if you don't buy that, try increasing some value by 99%. And notice that it is very near double the original. Which means a 100% increase means doubling. Okay, I hope you all find that helpful. See you in the next video.